What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 22 of Buckets of Duckets. I am your host in Seattle, Chase Myers. Over there is my co-host in Louisiana, the one, Josh Watts.
This is episode 22, which is twice 11. I'm downstairs because my wife is fucking off somewhere at a job or something, and I'm stuck here. I got kids at my feet dumping Peppa Pigs. Jesus Christ, do you hear that?
Dude, yeah. It's so fun. We talked for about 10 minutes before we started recording. I heard nothing.
Not a sound.
The second we hit record, war room. Just war room going on over
He just
there.
started throwing Peppa Pig stuff at me.
So what you get? What you think? You gonna have a dream? Your kids are right there, dude.
Guys, everything's going to shit.
Guys, thank y'all so much for checking in. If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe. Give us a little comment. We'll talk back to you. Also, go ahead and whatever platform you are listening to this as a podcast, hit rate, review, subscribe, 5 stars, all the things. Hook your boys up. bucketsduckets.com. Josh, how you been, man?
I nearly fucking died.
Oh, yeah?
Bruh. So, Thursday, we had to take the kids. Thursday is the day that we record, usually.
Right.
So, we had to take the kids to the doctor to get shots. So, I already expected, like, oh, they're going to be fucking monsters that night. So, I'm going to dump them on Michelle, and then I'm going to run upstairs and hide away and record with my best friend and just goof, just make fucking yucks for the internet.
I love the
That
plan.
was my plan.
It's a good
What
plan.
happened was, I stopped on the way. We decided to stop and visit my parents in good old Denham Springs.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost pulled over to show Michelle the springs in Denham. But like, even as an ironic joke, I was embarrassed to do it. So I just didn't. We just kept going. So I pull out on my way to my parents' house to let them see the grandkids in what seems like years and years. I don't even know if they knew they had grandchildren because quarantine has been happening for so long. I don't know if they were aware. So we brought them. We're like, hey, guess what? You got grandbabies. But on the way to my parents, we stopped at Target, and the Target in Baton Rouge has one of my favorite things on the face of the planet. They make a Italian sub in their deli with like pesto and salami and pepperoni and ham.
And that's your favorite.
Sun-dried tomatoes and provolone on ciabatta bread. And it makes my dick hard. And I was super excited to eat it.
And this is at Target.
At Target.
Okay.
At the Target, because they have the deli at the Target in Baton Rouge.
Okay.
So I get my sandwich. I'm thrilled about it. I used to eat them all the time. We moved out here, and the Target doesn't have a deli. It's just like a regular. It's not a super Target. It's just a Target. It's just a fuck us Target.
You can't have a sandwich Target.
We ain't got sandwiches Target. So I got my Italian sub. Went to my parents' house. And while we're talking, I'm so happy to eat my sandwich. And I take a couple bites and it tastes like joy. And I take a couple more and I know that I'm going to shit myself within the hour. I mean, like, immediately I knew. Halfway through the sandwich, 2 bites in, delicious. 4 bites in, I'm going to shit. Like, in
problem
now, for sure. Yeah, we've hit a problem now.
Yeah.
And so to try to settle my stomach because I'm an idiot, I ate a whole bunch of Greek rice, like rice from a Greek place.
Yeah, dude, that's how
I thought that'll settle.
Yeah, that's how you combat it. You throw more foods in there.
And then it confuses your stomach
exactly.
And it doesn't know what to throw up. So it's like, we'll just keep it all down.
We'll just play it cool. Play it cool.
Be cool, guys.
Digest all of this, all right?
So in the hour drive, I started to feel bad. I'm like, hey, we need to go. And in the hour drive, which I'm thinking ahead is like, oh, we have an hour drive to get home. I could be shitting on a ditch on the side of the road before it's all said and done. So
it happens to the best of us.
I start feeling worse and worse. And I checked, my sandwich, I checked it. It expired like September 27th or something. And
so they don't make the sandwich in front of you? Like it's just give me that sandwich situation?
Usually they, when they open, like the store starts, I worked at Target for like 2 weeks. Usually whenever Target opens, they open at like 2 to start stocking the shelves and unloading trucks. Around like 4, the deli and kitchen people come in and start making donuts and cookies and the sandwiches and put them out. And at the end of the day, they throw them all away. So it's usually fresh. So I didn't even think to check. And I should have known it was the same Target I worked at that when I quit at this fucking job, when I quit, I literally just took my shit off and threw it as far as I could into the back warehouse and walked out. I didn't clock out. I just fuck them. So this, and I don't want to sound like it's conspiracy theorist in any way, but the liberal media and the Jew-run financial system. I didn't mean that. I've been watching a lot of Alex Jones videos.
There's stuff not to right now. I'm just looking for. I'm looking for peace, and I'm looking for somebody to make sense of this. And
if not Alex
look,
Jones, then who?
Who? I mean, who can you look to? Honestly,
but in the hour drive from Denham back home, it felt like 6 hours, and I started like I was soaking wet with sweat, but I was also freezing cold. And when we got into the house, I was like running to the bathroom to throw up, and I didn't make it, and I just had to puke in my kid's bathtub a lot. And then I literally just kept puking, and then I passed out on the floor next to the tub full of puke, and I woke up and I puked some more. And the bad thing about my beautiful beard, this is the only negative to it.
This is gross. Jesus.
When you're laying over the side of a tub puking like this, it just goes and runs.
Bro.
If you're not seeing this, guys, I have a very lengthy, beautiful mane of beard hair. Mm-hmm. And whenever you're hanging over the side of a bathtub puking, it pushes it into the stream. And dude, I had Italian
I could have done without
pieces. So then I smell. So then it's just vomit is stuck to my face. So I wake up and then smell it immediately. And so then I gotta puke again. And then it gets to where like if I move, I'm gonna shit or puke or both. So I just have to lay here. But I'm also freezing to death. So do I risk getting to the bed? I did, and then I had to turn around and come right back. I was sweating so bad and still freezing that like I soaked through the sheets and the mattress. It was disgusting.
Jesus.
I thought I was gonna die. I have not felt that bad in a long, long fucking time. My head hurt, and I slept from like 3 p.m. until like 8:30 the next morning. With the exception of when I had to get up and puke my guts up, and I still don't feel good. It's been 2 or 3 days. I still don't. It's Saturday, and that was Thursday. I've only eaten 2 pieces of toast and a couple protein shakes.
Man,
I still don't feel good, dude.
I've never
but
experienced
I'm fucking vascular. Look at that.
I've never experienced food poisoning. I've never had any kind of food poisoning. I'm glad no one's trying to poison me. I'm glad that I haven't done anything. So I got some questions about your story. One thing is, I guess it's more of a statement, is it's for sure whenever you walked out telling everybody to eat a dick when you quit, that sandwich was made that day. That sandwich has been sitting there waiting. Your picture's up there, the whole thing, and they're like, he's a man. This man has a routine, okay? He's a creature of habit. He's coming for this sandwich. He is for sure coming for this sandwich, and you asked for it, and it was like, oh, wait 1 second.
And you see what happened?
They went to a vault, unlocked the sandwich, gave it to you. Yeah, for sure that happened. Also, I think it's funny how, so we were... I believe I was actually living with you during the time that you worked at Target. I think that actually like crossed over for a minute. And I think it's funny how often you would still go to that same Target. Like, I think you went to that Target later that day to like shop. Like nothing happened after you just pulled a Larry David at SNL and just showed back up. And like, I'm just a customer. I don't,
That the manager of that Target told me to my face, a grown fucking man told me to my face, this is my kingdom, all right? When you're in my kingdom, it's my rule.
Dude,
he's the assistant manager of a fucking Target.
Some people...
I laughed right in his fucking face. I laughed in his stupid face. I hated that job. I'm getting mad talking about that job. I had to, all right. So it was a Target right next to my house. So there was no way I couldn't not go, because I love Target, so I was definitely still going to go. I fucked myself by getting a job.
Your favorite sandwich is there, dude. How could you? My favorite sandwich in the whole world.
I mean, it was literally on the back end of our neighborhood. And my wife had just had Zoe. And she called me and said, hey, I'm having some trouble with Zoe. Can you come help me for a second? Because she was by herself. Brand new baby, new mom. It's overwhelming.
Brand
So
new baby.
I put the
2016
cape
baby.
on, and I was gonna fly in there and be the hero. And I told the manager, I said, I gotta run to my house. It's literally 5 minutes away. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Just this dude looked me in the face, the father of a newborn baby, and said, "You need to get your priorities straight." And I said, "Oh, okay." And I waited for him to walk away, and I took my little scanner gun, and I just threw it as far as I could over under the top shelves in the back corner of the warehouse. I threw my radio to the other. Like, I just tossed all of my shit. I took off my shirt and left it in the fucking store. Fuck them. Oh, I hate that place. And I walked. I didn't clock out. I didn't nothing. I just walked out. And then like 2 hours later, Michelle was like, "Hey, I need you to go get diapers at Target." And I was like, "All right." So it's like technically I was still supposed to be working.
It's
Like, I
still
was
your
still supposed to
shift.
be on the clock. It was
It was
still
still
my
your
shift,
shift.
and I was just back there to shop. Nobody said anything. I guess it was pretty clear what had happened.
I like it. I used to. My first job was at a grocery store. Whenever I was like in high school, I was like 16 or something like that.
Was it
And
Carter's?
no, it was Parker's. The
Close enough.
yeah, the more redneck of the grocery stores, and
It's hard to
this is
believe.
Port Vincent. That was actually closer to me than going into downtown Denham to the Carters. Yeah, that was the fancy city part compared to where I grew up in Denham Springs.
That's
I used to go to Star Video. That was closer to me than going to Blockbuster in Denham. Like that was where I went. Um, and so working there, there's this guy I went to church with that's like around my age. And you ever had those friends that just like you don't really want to be friends with them, but just your life just keeps throwing you into like we went to church together, went to school together. I tried my hardest to like not be around him, but he just our fucking families talked all the time. Just and so his mom
Cub
immediately,
Scouts in Denham Springs. If you did
yeah,
Cub Scouts, it was such a small group that if you did Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts, you were with the same people no matter how much I hated all of them.
yeah,
I'd
and
even tell the
so
parents, "Hey, your kid's a fuck boy. Don't bring him
dude,
back
he's a
here." And they still
dork.
would.
He's a dork. I don't want to hang out with him. Okay, this is a very pivotal time in my life. I'm trying to go cool. I'm trying to show people I'm
Yeah,
cool.
dude, you don't have a good track record with best friends until you hooked your old train to this meat castle. Then
Dude,
you were
just
fucking swinging. But
a bunch of fucking bums. Just a bunch of bums all the way until I was in my 20s. So I finally met somebody that was fucking dope. I took this whole time. So, this fucking snot-nosed dork, right? His mom tells him Chase got a job at Parker's. You should go work with Chase at Parker's. He's your best friend. He loves you so much. Y'all should hang out more. He was telling me the other day how he just wanted to see you more. And he just can't get pussy without you. So I I help him get the job there or whatever, and he's just a weirdo. And so this is what happened. This is what the story I'm getting to. So we go to like stock the cooler, right? We're just like the stock boys at the grocery store, and we're stocking beer in the cooler. There's like chocolate milk, right? And every now and then, we just crazy 16-year-olds would drink a chocolate milk, right? Throw it away. Who
fucking
cares?
wild dudes.
One chocolate milk's gone, right? So this dude doesn't know how to do that moderately, and just is like chugging 3 chocolate milks a shift, right? He's going through them, not thinking of any ramifications of what could happen. Also, he's not like getting rid of them. He's like throwing them underneath where we stock everything. So like once things kind of clear out, you can see, holy shit, there's 25 empty plastic chocolate milk cartons right there. And so that day finally happens because it was inevitable that was going to happen. Manager sees it, asks us all who did it. I didn't do it. I did, but not that. I didn't do that. I'm responsible for maybe 3 of those, and I made sure I threw them all away. Okay, so like that's not me. And so my buddy, it's him. We all know it's him. He just lies. He starts lying about how it's definitely not him. He's lactose intolerant. It can't even be him because he's lactose intolerant. Can't be him. No possible way it could be him, right?
That's a good pull, though. That's a good pull.
But now you got to live your life as lactose intolerant. That's the thing that happens is now you can't have a cheeseburger. You can't enjoy any day. What you eating? Yogurt? What the fuck? You gonna be farting all over the
Yeah,
place,
yo,
bro.
you
You
could die.
can't. Yeah. And so tells this lie. A couple weeks later, he gets fired for like something, just being a bad employee, right? And so they never totally pinned the chocolate milk thing on him, right? After a couple months, they hire him back. Give this 16-year-old another shot. And he comes back day fucking one of him coming back. He buys the chocolate milk, goes walk over to the manager and goes, "Hey, bought my own this time." Walks into the back, starts drinking the chocolate milk. And the manager looks at me and goes, "That motherfucker told me he was lactose intolerant." I say, "Yeah."
Jesus.
And I went, "Oh, you believe that?" And he said, and he was like, "Well, he kept saying it. He just kept saying it to me over and over again. I figured it had to be true." And so then he went back there. They fired him. And he went out.
That's so great, though, man. Good for him. Like, this time I paid for it, you fuck.
He didn't even
for stealing.
He didn't even get caught for stealing the last time. They just gave it. Were like, okay, clearly all of you must be lying to
God,
me.
that's funny.
They never pinned it to him. So like he even admitted to something that they hadn't fully like thrown his way.
Dude, I did the same thing when I worked at Target. I would volunteer to stock the dairy cooler, and I would eat every bit of the cheese I could get my fat fucking fingers on. Fancy cheeses I've never heard of, stinky cheeses, soft cheeses, hard cheeses, expensive cheeses. I didn't eat French cheeses, dog. I don't fuck around with that.
Nah.
I'm a patriot. I can't be fucking around with French. But I ate every other kind of cheese you could fucking imagine. And I would do that too. Like, whenever I would finish it, I would take the wrapper and, like, just stuff it underneath the shelf thinking, they'll never see that.
Tracks
and, like,
covered.
It came time for people to get accused of it, they never blamed the 35-year-old disabled veteran for stealing cheese. They always blamed the teenagers, which is great because I was too high to defend myself, which is why I was stealing cheese in a cooler at 2:30 in the morning. They finally put cameras in the dairy cooler. That's how they caught me.
Yeah, I mean, it was liable to happen. It's gonna happen.
I still go there.
All right,
poison fucking sandwiches.
And after all you've given them, you know what I'm saying? All
after
the time
Target,
that you put in there.
I would leave all the time and just come back because I live so close that I could just leave in the middle of a shift and come back whenever I wanted. Nobody would even notice. I could have just said I was in the bathroom. And
dude, it was so funny to me because like I said, I was living with you for those few couple months, like while you were doing this, and you would just like you would call in the night before. It would be like the night before. You'd be like, "Man, I'm not going to work," and then you'd call in and be like, "Hey, I'm not going to be there tomorrow." And then like I can't hear the other side, but I can hear your reaction, and you'd be like, "Do I have to tell you that? I don't have to tell you that. I don't. Okay, all right then." And like hang up, and then you'd hang up and go, "Can you believe these motherfuckers asked me why I'm not going to work tomorrow?" Go, yeah, man, wild world, bro. Wild, like some people just overstep. You know what I'm saying? Just they got no right to ask their employee where they are.
If I was late, they'd ask why I'm late. I'm like, who the fuck are you to ask me why I'm fucking late? All right, Mr. Boss Man, who fucking cares? I get here when I get here, bitch. Get away from me. I'm sorry, though. It won't happen again.
It won't. Look.
Can you sign me into the time clock? I would get mad about everything. They would ask me, like, I would be scheduled to be off that Saturday, and they'd be like, hey, can you come in tomorrow? And I'd be like, you got some fucking nerve. I got a family. A family!
Target don't care about families.
Yeah, they would ask me. They started asking me for doctor's excuses, and that's when I'd get really mad. That's when that was like almost a literal. I don't have to tell you that. Oh, I was just an asshole, man.
Hey, you don't like being questioned. That's one thing I know.
Nah, dude, don't fucking question me about nothing. God,
dude. Your schedule means shit to me, okay?
Don't ask me a fucking thing. You're lucky I decided to call you and tell you I'm not coming in tomorrow. I'm calling in. I'll be sick the day after that, too. How about that?
How about that? I'm telling you right now, for the next 2 days, I'm going to feel horrible.
I'm shitting uncontrollably for the next 3 days. Don't call me.
All right, I got two ways I can go. I either got I tripped on acid or something crazy happened at work.
Work first. I want to hear the work one first.
Let's go work again. Okay, this one's kind of fucking. This is just like fucked up. Man, I'm so where I work in a warehouse. I used to be a famous comedian, beloved by millions. Now I'm just an everyday, hardworking, blue collar man, right? And just once again, I'm here to tell you, I'm just like you guys. And so I'm at my job just like you, and I'm there just doing what I'm supposed to do, right? Just rebuilding the economy. Uh, Shipping out these goods all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Just doing my part. Just really pulling myself up from my bootstraps.
Standing for the anthem and kneeling for Christ.
That's the only person I'll kneel for. I will only kneel for the Lord. And so I'm sitting there, I'm praying, right? And I look over and there's this guy. So you remember the very like beginning of like when we started doing the new version of the podcast, I told you that that dude almost hit me on his forklift, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that guy. So I feel really bad because I'm this is gonna be twice that I shit on him on the show, and it turns out other than these two situations, he's like a perfect employee. He's like a sweet dude. But you'll never know that this motherfucker twice. This is all you'll ever know about him. So he's going in the warehouse. Things go up 5 levels, right? And so this fucking dude, he's forklift. He's pulling something from 5 levels up. We sell like waders, like shoes and stuff for people who fly fish, and that's probably the heaviest box we got, right? So he's dealing with the heaviest boxes from the tallest shelf. On the other side of that is a girl that just started like 2 days. She's been there for 2 days. She's just wide eyed, just excited about her new opportunities in life, and everything's positive. And she looks up, and 4 fucking shoe boxes are falling on her from 5 stories up. Dude, just bow, 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 right? And so where my desk is, I can only see the forklift. I can't see the other side that somebody got hit, and nobody's really over there. And so I go walk over there just to like I'm gonna pick up the boxes, and then I'm gonna act like I have more authority than I do, and I'm gonna yell at the guy and go, "What are you fucking doing?" Blah blah blah. And I'm gonna try to use that to make more money. Right? That's my whole game plan. Is I'm gonna really supervise the shit out of this. And so I walk over and to my surprise, this poor fucking girl is just laying on the ground, like crying, like just like dude, it got so serious. Like immediately, I was like, "Holy shit! I didn't even know you were over here." And I was like, "Oh my god, you okay? Whatever." She goes home. She like goes to urgent care. I guess she's fine. They say she's coming back to work Monday.
Like,
yes, yes, yes. The dude that was on the forklift, he comes around. He didn't, same as me. He didn't think anybody was on the other side, and now somebody's gonna bankrupt this warehouse because she's gonna sue us for everything. And dude, just intense, bro, intense. And the dude that like did it, that was on a forklift, just rattled, bro, just completely rattled. I felt so bad for everybody in the situation because part of me was like, we gotta get rid of that dude, and another part of me was like, oh, but he's really hurt. Like, no, dude, fucking crazy, bro, crazy.
See some real life stuff. I don't mean to interrupt your story. I gotta change Henry on the table.
Okay, okay.
Keep talking.
No, I think we we probably just take a break. Hey, stop your recorder. So, hey, Josh. Yeah, stop it so that way I'm not editing all this. And we're back.
I just pressed record. I don't.
Josh just had to take a moment and handle some real life stuff.
I had to change diapers.
This man is podcasting and raising children as we speak.
I have a weird confession to make. It's a big deal to me to change diapers.
Okay.
Like if we're out in public, I always go to change them. I don't ever let Michelle do it. Not let. I don't know why. It's like whenever we've had the kids, I changed like all of their diapers. I gave them their first baths. I don't know. It's a big deal, but now he's 2. He turned 2 the other day, so he's eating like eating. So it's starting to get like not cute baby shits anymore. It's getting real gross, and I'm okay with sharing duties now. Like now, sharing duties. Comedy's still alive. Buckets of Duckets. No, Chase is trying not to laugh right now. You can't see this if you're listening to it. Chase is fucking dying over there because I said duties while talking about diapers. Just fucking nailing it. Woo! I
How,
fucking nailed it.
how far we fallen?
Yeah, I was just trying to get out of that whole how much I like to change diapers because I was like, this isn't normal. You shouldn't.
uh, I went to another dimension last weekend, and it was, I tell you what, a lot of good stuff going on over there.
Better than here.
Dude, good shit, bro. Man, it was
They got
nice.
their shit going.
It was nice just to. It's probably been over a year since the last time I tripped, and it was nice just to have a day where I go, I'm not touching my phone, I'm not paying attention
Yeah.
to the world, I'm not texting Morgan. I am
Fucking
just
Morgan.
gonna. I am just gonna completely just take this off. I'm gonna lose my mind. And dude, it was nice. It was nice. Me and Travis, 6ix9ine, just
6ix9ine.
dude, just so we start off just I mean, so I don't know how it is for other people because I guess some people to me taking acid is
I've
like
seen those episodes of Family Guys where like a mushroom's eyeball explodes and then you pop out of that, and then you poop and it's your mom, and then she gives birth to you, and then you have to stab yourself. Like I've seen all that.
right, that's exactly what it's like, right? I lived and died 1,000 times that Saturday.
Oh, dude, it sounds magical.
I'm just constantly popping out of eggs and stabbing people and then
Everything's tie
and
dyed.
jumping into rainbows, dude. Like that's what's going on the whole time. I'm singing Aquarius like the end of 40-year-old
Yeah.
virgin, and I'm just riding unicorns, and it's just a good old time, right? Glitter everywhere. And so I'm guessing some people go through that. I don't go through that. That's never been my experience. I don't know if it's just because I'm kind of like, whenever I take it, I'm in the mindset of like, I'm just going to have a good time and laugh and giggle. But I'm also just sitting in my living room. Like pretty much every time I've ever done it, I've just been in my house. I've always been somewhere where it's comfortable for me and with like people I'm comfortable around. I don't know what it'd be like if I took it and like had to navigate in public and in light. Like that doesn't sound fun to me. So maybe if you do that way, it would freak you the fuck out and not have a good time. But every time I've ever done it, I've just giggled for 9 hours and just totally just lost. So we started off by we like before it starts really kicking in, we're just like watching Detroiters. We're just gonna watch some comedy, have a good time with that, right? Watch Detroiters. And then the second, Travis looked over and I'm sitting on the couch, he's on the futon, and he saw me like gripping the back of the couch with my hands, and he's like, "You okay, buddy?" And I was like, "Oh, I guess I'm holding on." And then that's where we're like, "All right, time to go. Let's look at some bright colors," right? So then we switch. This is what we've done when we get fucked up: is we just watch YouTube videos of bright colors and psychedelic movements and shit like that. And they always have. Yeah, I mean for real, yeah, and you just watch, and like the color purple is like beautiful to you, and then it turns to yellow, and you go, "Oh my god, how's it yellow?" And you just do that, like it's just fun. You know how like when you're a kid and you can like play with like a leaf of grass for like 2 hours? That's what it feels like. You just kind of like, you just kind of like get real, just zoned in on one specific thing, and just kind of get lost there. And so we do that for a long fucking time. Who knows, like 5, 6 hours, just listening to music I'd never listened to. And like seriously, I would never listen to any kind of like I'm gonna say techno because I don't know enough. I guess like what is it, EDM, like electric music and shit like that. Like I would never listen to that in life. But boy, whenever I'm somewhere else, whenever I'm in a whole different dimension, I get it. Like I totally get it during that time. I've actually tried to like go back and like re-listen to and try to like rewatch some of the stuff when I was tripping. I was like, you fucking bum. Go get a job. What are you doing with your life? So that was amazing, right? Felt great. And then just to make just to make it a little fun at the end, our fucking power goes out. Just like we started tripping at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is around like 8, 9 o'clock, and power goes out, so we just start dying laughing, right? Because what is this about to be like sitting here in the dark? And so we go sit out on the balcony, and dude, that was great. Just watched a little bit of the sunset, and what was funny was it was
Wait, you can't see the sunset between you. You mean by sunset? You mean the Molotov cocktails from all the riots?
right, but it looks real pretty at a certain time of night in Seattle now. Like it looks,
Seattle is nothing but riots, right? The whole
it's
Antifa is taking over.
dude. If I step out of my house, I have to have brass knuckles on, like right whenever I step
You
out,
just
because
start fighting those Antifas. Come
dude,
off as soon as you walk out.
I just start fighting for my rights the second I get outside, and I start just telling people to respect our flag, right? And I just do that until I make it back home, and I thank the Lord every day that I made it
Every
back
day,
home.
every
Uh,
fucking day.
every day I wake up tear gas myself just to get ready. I just go ahead and handle it myself. I walk outside and tell police officers, no worry.
I'm good.
I've already got mine. All right, you keep doing your good job though. I'll
I
be back.
back you.
I'll be back tomorrow. Uh, so we go out on the balcony, and yeah, everything's funny. Like that's the thing. Like none of this that I'm gonna say is like really that funny in story, like telling you. But I can't tell you how funny it was to like within 15 minutes of the power going out, suddenly hearing like a gang of 20 kids running around the apartment complex because their families have just already lost control of them. Just immediately, immediately the power. We're starting to hear dogs barking, and people are like yelling for like just everything's black. Nobody has a flashlight, and whenever
You
people
have
do,
20 seconds. When the power goes out, civilization will last 20 to 30 seconds.
dude.
Then you better lock your doors. It's the purge every fucking time. Power goes out, dude. It's over.
And so yeah, me and Travis are just sitting there laughing at the purge that's currently going on in front of us, and we're like, man, isn't this a funny addition to the apocalypse? Like I already thought the apocalypse was crazy, but now we're tripping. The fucking lights are out. Like, uh, yeah. Anyway, then the power comes back on. We get to watch the end of the Lakers and Nuggets game, and yeah, that was cool. You know, got to watch LeBron while I was a little fucked up, and yeah, it was just a good time. Just felt relaxed, felt renewed, felt at peace for like 2 days, and then I saw a woman almost die from shoes falling on her, and then I just came right back to earth, like
She didn't see it. They fell 5 stories.
up top, yeah,
She didn't have time. Like, that's a
dude.
long way to fall.
Well, she did. I mean, she didn't hear it. She's sitting there. There's no horn. Like the dude didn't honk his horn or like yell
all right.
or
I
anything.
got you.
Just one. By the time one box hits her, and then
That's
she
really
starts to
bad,
realize, yeah, oh yeah,
You
yeah, it
was
was
hanging
tough.
out, and then a fucking shoebox hit you from 5 stories.
And like the thing that's fucked up is like it's almost like it it was like destiny to hit her, because like if she's standing 2 feet either way, that's not going to hit her. Like she's standing in the only spot
Yep.
that you can be standing for, the tallest spot, the heaviest thing to hit you the most. Like that is the most unlucky combination that can happen to you. And so I can't wait for her to come in Monday and everybody one at a time ask her how she's doing and what
She's
happened.
gonna have the gauze wrapped around her head.
I hope she comes in just full Andy Kaufman in a neck brace and
In a wheelchair.
in a wheelchair.
So I have the windows open because it's that comfortable Louisiana night where it's like 65. So
Yeah,
it's
the
cool
three of
again.
those
I
happen
let
a
it
year.
go. But my neighbor's kid is kind of a little psycho, and he takes his gun out and he shoots stuff. He
When
shot
you
a
say
possum.
gun, like a 22 or something, or like a little.
Yeah, like a 22.
Okay.
He has a bow and arrow and a crossbow too. And he goes out and he like look.
Just
They
shoots
kill
it
all.
in your suburb. Just
Behind us is a horse ranch. Like right behind, he's my neighbor. Right behind us is a horse ranch. So there's like woods separating us and the horse ranch. So there's animals and stuff back there, and he kills snakes all the time. So they don't make it into my yard. Honestly, he's doing them a favor because that's a merciful kill. If they get shot before they make it to my yard, I'll choke them out. But he also shoots possums, which I would never do because possums are pretty cool.
I ain't got
and
no problem with
armadillos and stuff.
possums.
He shot. Oh, dude. All right. When I lived in North Carolina, the apartment we were in faced the woods, and there was a stray cat. And I started feeding the stray cat, and then one day I came home, and there was a possum eating the food, and I got pissed, so I chased it away with a broom. And then it ran to the ditch, and it had a bunch of baby possums in the ditch, and I was like, man, fuck. So then I started feeding the possum in the ditch and the cat. And then the cat became like 15 cats and the possum became like 30 possums.
Yeah.
And then the maintenance guys from the apartment would tell me when they were putting traps out, and I would just take them apart and take them to work. So I just kept stealing the apartment's traps like for a long time. I would just take them to work and donate them to the canine because military police just stealing from my apartment complex.
Because you didn't want them to kill the possums and cats and stuff?
Yeah, I didn't want them to kill.
I
I didn't
got
want them
you.
to catch and kill the possums and cats. Yeah, they were setting out traps to kill them because they said people were complaining, but we were the only apartment back there faced the woods, so nobody would have been complaining. They were fucking lying. But so I got no
They're
problem with
just
possums.
bloodthirsty monsters. That's all they are.
Bloodthirsty motherfuckers. Fayetteville, North Carolina, Cobblestone Apartments. I hope you're listening. Heidi,
They're
was
done. They're
She was the
done.
manager at 2004, probably.
Oh, R.I.P. Heidi.
Fucking monster.
Career's over. You thought you could make a
You
new
thought you could make
life
30
for
years?
yourself? No, ma'am. We know the possum killer you are.
So
Don't fuck with cats.
So Josh got no problem with possums. Me and possums is cool. But this little fucking kid next door shot one in the tree and it didn't fall out. And it's just up there and the smell is coming down now. It's like every time the cool breeze blows in, it also blows in.
How about that little monster shoot it again? How about you get it out that goddamn tree?
I walked back there behind my fence today to see what the smell was. And my neighbor came out and he goes, "Oh, I shot a possum in the tree and it just didn't fall." And just like went back inside. Like he said it so casually. Like, "Oh, I just murdered one of God's beautiful creations and left it in a fucking tree to rot. Have a good day, you son of a bitch." And then he just went back in his fucking house.
Well, my job's done here. I shot it, so that's all I need to do.
If Michelle is grocery shopping, he would come and offer to help us bring groceries in. And like, if he cuts the grass, he'll cut over for us. Like, he's super nice and helpful. So like, kind of like I turn the other way when he murders a couple of things. Now, like, if little kids in the neighborhood start missing or like pets, then I'll start saying stuff. But right now, it's just wild animals that he's strangling with a belt behind my fence.
And we all know that that's where it ends. We all know that there's no,
He'll work through it with that.
There's no progression from torturing animals to any other heinous things. We all know that.
He was taking a blowtorch to a rabbit today, and I really think he worked some stuff out.
Dude, yeah, he's gonna adjust fine. He's gonna adjust fine.
My dogs bark at him on the other side of the fence, and I'm always like, "Hey, shut the fuck up!"
Yo, he'll kill you. He will kill you.
You could be next.
You understand?
The possums up there is a message.
Don't you get it?
I have a guy. There's a guy in my neighborhood Facebook group, and I think he's new to the neighborhood. And so far, so I've talked about the group on here before. All they ever do is complain about speeding or not stopping at stop signs or just a bunch of to the guy in the white Civic. I hope you know today my children were just whatever. Like the guy speeding is reading the Facebook page, like, "Oh fuck, that's me. I should slow down next time."
Oh, I learned something about myself. I need to fix the way that I treat other people in my life. Thank you.
Thank you for mean Facebook comment in my neighborhood Facebook page. But I have a neighbor who, in every thread, like, just if he was being sarcastic, it would be me. But he's being sincere, and he takes it from like here to like here. The other day, they commented about somebody speeding. I want to pull up the exact. Somebody was speeding in the neighborhood, and this dude lost his mind. He said, "You find out their address, and I'll go have a fucking talk with them, and we'll set this shit straight. I got fucking kids in this neighborhood, and I tell you what, I ain't afraid to go to jail and blah blah blah." But like, he's editing out the curse words, like he's putting stars, and like, if you edit out curse words on a Facebook post, you don't fight. That's all there is to it. I know that. Everybody knows that. If you bleep yourself on Facebook with little stars, you don't fight. So stop fucking talking about it like you're gonna do something. You ain't gonna do nothing. Bitch ass running your mouth. Never mind. Somebody's having a garage sale and posted all kinds of shit. I'm not scrolling through 40 pages of scrolls. But then somebody reported a person for having a pool without a permit in the neighborhood. It's a big deal.
Shut up.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so somebody, all right. my neighbor she has a pool in her backyard because her son got fucked up in an accident and had to get like his leg fixed, and it's for therapy to help him walk.
Jesus, does that lady think about anybody else but her and her fucking
Monster.
family? My God.
She lives at the end of a cul-de-sac that backs out to literally the woods. So there's no one back there that would even hear or be bothered by her.
But what
And
about when I'm walking around taking notes
exactly.
on what all my neighbors are doing? What about then? Did you think
So
about me in that situation?
she built the fence with pallets. It's fucking amazing and beautiful. And like she built a fence around it herself with pallets she found around the neighborhood and reclaimed wood. She built the pool and the deck around it herself. She got permission signed from the HOA, but never got a permit from the city. But somebody, a neighbor, reported her to the city. So the city came out and now they're taking her to court. And like she lost her job because of the pandemic. Single mother of like 4 or 5 kids. She can't afford to go to court. So now she even said in the group, she said her whole life savings was spent buying this pool so her son could learn to walk again because he was an athlete. She wanted him to be able to play sports again, like a monster that she is. But now she doesn't even have the money to go to court to fight it, so she just has to tear it all down and take it apart herself. She can't afford to pay somebody to come do it, take it apart for her. She has to do it because somebody snitched. But so,
I
but
don't
after that,
understand. Hold on. I don't understand why the answer to that isn't just, oh, I need a permit. Let me get the permit. Like, how is it that people don't come out and go, hey, you need to have this paper. Here's the paper. Everything's fine. Like,
instead of, well, now you have to tear it down, get this paper, and rebuild it.
oh, really? So it can't just like, it's got to be like,
Apparently she has to take it down. I haven't.
Right. I got you.
But now the city inspector has been going around the rest of the neighborhood and finding all of the other people with above ground pools that don't have permits. So now it's become a big problem for everybody. And now everybody really wants to know who the snitch is. And this dude posted a 6-paragraph threat to find out whoever it was. He was going to string them up.
It's him.
Then,
it's that guy.
Right?
It's him.
That's exactly where I was going with this. You don't write sick. You're not. He even said, I don't have a pool. So this doesn't even really affect me. But, and I was like, oh, you bitch. You fucking did it. You fucking did it. Because he wrote, I mean, dude, it was like this big, huge thing about like, you let me find out who's trying to fuck over my neighbors and their children, and I will fucking stomp them dry. They're the ones who need a therapy pool. And like, buddy, we know who did it now.
You definitely did it. So, chocolate milk guy, right? That I was telling the story about earlier. So, one year, like I said, I have just years of stories with this dude because he was like at my church and went to school with me and stuff.
I don't like him already.
I mean, I don't have good stories about him. I got another. So, one year we all go to this church camp and for the summer where our parents just sent us to some field in Alexandria and just go let Jesus handle you. I can't handle you this week. Please go. Maybe come back a better kid. Please go do that. And so we go out there and one night we got the cool youth pastor. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna let us.
I know the cool youth pastors. I look like one.
He's gonna let us sneak out one night after curfew, and we're gonna act like we're in the military. I don't know what the fuck. We're all like face painted and in camo, and we're crawling along like the tree line, and it's just let's see how far we can get. Right? That's what we're gonna do. Just some good fun. But, you know, we feel like bad boys, right? This is as bad as it gets in the church.
Oh, dude, I was in Boy Scouts. I'm with you.
Yeah. So we do that. We go back into the cabin. And then while we're in the cabin, it becomes funny to, oh, shit! The dude in Panama City that took his shirt off, Josh, right? He's took his shirt off. Go back a couple episodes, everybody. I can't tell you which one.
Stories I've ever heard in my life.
I can't tell you which episode because we talk about fighting all the time. Oh, it's the Panama. It's the episode titled Panama. And but yeah, the one where
I've ever heard in my life.
He takes his shirt off, charges at these dudes in a fight, and they run away scared, right? That's the ending of it. But yeah, go listen because it's got a lot of great details.
Immediately takes his shirt off and runs full speed at them before they even have time to talk shit. It's beautiful.
So, I don't know, 6 to 7 years earlier than that, we're at this church camp together, right? And Josh is the leader of us going along the tree line, whatever. Yeah. He's our leader. So fun. I didn't even think about that till I started telling the story.
That's funny.
And so he's the one responsible for it as he gets us back, the whole thing. We're sitting in our cabin, right? And all night, the people that work there, which are just, a 20-year-old that is just loves the Lord or whatever, the camp counselor people, and so Josh starts like flashing his flashlight. It's like a beam, right? It's not like a bright one. It's like a beam. And he starts flashing it at them every time they kind of like turn around, and so they're like freaking out because they're just surrounded by cabins, and they're trying to figure out who's flashing a light at me, right? So they're freaking out, and eventually they start to figure out it's us, and they like circle around the cabin. It's so funny because we're all just like, 13, 14-year-olds, and we're like hiding in our like sleeping bags now, and they fucking bust the door in and tell us we need to go to bed, like we're just some horrible kids, right? And
you don't love Jesus.
The funniest thing was we were all like, we didn't go outside, we didn't do anything. Meanwhile, we all are face painted and have
Yep. No, we did this to go to bed.
Exactly, right?
This is sleeping paint.
So that's the story, and that's about as bad as you can be at a church camp, right? We're just laughing in Jesus' face, and so Chocolate Milk Guy tells his mom that story.
Motherfucker,
Mom's not cool. Mom's not gonna be able to handle that.
Never cool, bro.
Mom calls youth director, yells at him, and now we can't. So now one Wednesday, however long after that topic comes up, and the pastor, the youth director says, "Oh yeah, we can't do stuff like that anymore. We got in trouble. We got in trouble." And then everybody's like, what do you mean we got in trouble? And then it kind of, after going around, it's finally like, oh, somebody told. I'm sitting next to Chocolate Milk Dude who told. I don't know he told at this time. He looks over at me and he goes, who you think told? I think it's you. I think you the one that did it. You the only one around here with a mom that gives a shit about you.
Oh shit! Who you think it was?
Who you think it was? Yeah, just totally just play, and like just you're exactly the type of dude that's gonna steal chocolate milk from a grocery store in 2 years and then lie about that too. Yeah, I wonder what that guy's doing. I'm Facebook friends with him. I'm gonna hit him up, see what's going on.
He's a car salesman or a realtor.
Play some bets. All right, man. You want to go ahead and wrap this up?
Yeah. I gotta get these kids to bed. Guys, it's been a lot of fun. I'm sorry about the backdrop. If you notice, there's my kid had what I thought was chalk, but it turns out that was a crayon, so it's not gonna let you swipe on.
Oh, huh.
I'm not gonna just let him draw away on the wall, thinking that's chalk. I'll just wipe it away, and then I realized it was a crayon way too late. So we have artwork now.
Nice.
Guys, make sure you check the expiration dates on your sandwich. It only took one expired Italian sub to make me as weak and frail as the rest of you. I can't imagine what it would do to your weak, puny bodies. So be safe out there, guys.
Take care of yourself.
Tit up, wear your mask, check expiration dates.
Looking out for you. Bucketsofduckets.com. See you next week.
Check us out.